on the subject of EVs, Chrysler had announced some EV or teased it, or apparently they showed it at
The Airflow.
damn auto show. It was called the Airflow, which was the name of a car they had in the 50s that also failed. And this has failed because Chrysler has clandestinely apparently halted. They sent a note to their suppliers saying that they want suppliers to stop working on this vehicle, which suggests to me that they will probably not manufacture the car.
But like, if you as Chrysler, which currently sells one vehicle, the Pacifica, if you are telling your suppliers and presumably internally saying, if you're not going to build a mid-size electric SUV that everybody else wants, what are you building?
I think that Chrysler got really burned with the whole Charger EV, like the switch from gas-powered to electric. Yeah. And I think that Chrysler was already on the fence about making that switch. I think they see political headwinds against EVs. I think they see the market starting to turn away from EVs. And I think Chrysler is trying to get ahead of this and say, we're not going to do this. We're not going to go down the same road the Blazer and the Prologue are going down, where the leases are subsidized to a 50%.
Sell well, though.
Yeah, but of course they sell well. The lease is a cell phone payment with nothing down.
Yeah.
I mean, I could make a car sell well if I offered it to you for $1 a year.
I wouldn't buy a car that you made for $1 a year.
Wisely.
But like, I think there's two things that are concerning here. One is, you're probably right. They're seeing, okay, there's a pushback against this. This is a U.S. market only car, frankly. They don't have a presence anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, but I mean...
Which matters, though.
The Chevy Volt was sold as the Opel Ampera overseas.
Chrysler doesn't have a brand overseas. Obviously, FCA does, but not for a midsize SUV. But what I'm confused by is, how are you as a brand not like so far behind still that you can realistically say, nah, don't keep working on it?
I would argue, based on this looks production ready, and I would argue they probably weren't. Right. I would argue this car was probably 6 months from production, and they were probably planning the press launch and configuring the trim levels, and still we're done. And I honestly,
at that point, just release. You're not selling anything. You don't have a car. You don't have an SUV in your lineup.
Is Chevy making money on the Blazer? Is Honda making money on the Prologue? At the end of the day, the automakers are sitting here thinking, we want to make money. Just because they don't have a vehicle in the segment. Have a vehicle segment, lose money. Have no vehicle in the segment, at least they're flat. Now, granted, there's probably been some development dollars spent here, but maybe they amortize that because Jeep is going to have some sort of electric thing. Maybe it's the same kind of deal.
They do, the Wagoneer, or the whatever this is called.
Never seen one.
The Wagoneer S. I'm so sorry. Not the Wagoneer, the Wagoneer S. My apologies. I get it. It's a sign certainly where the EV market is, but also at the same time, it could be Chrysler being Chrysler.
It could be, but it's I know. I think Chrysler was severely burned on the Charger thing. I think that basically Chrysler was told by government incentives,
have a Charger EV for the
by
record.
Government incentives and everybody else. Chrysler was told, you got to get rid of this old car, the Charger Challenger. So they did. They switched to an electric-y thing. Everybody hated it. Everybody's criticizing it.
It's being
and now
criticized.
Chrysler's like, we're out. EVs are done. Trump's president now. We're done. We're out.
Yeah,
Dodge Ram pickup truck.
Maybe, but you gotta either just give up on the brand or build something.
Well, they don't need to give up on the brand because they sell them all at the same dealer. It actually works out okay.
That is true.
You know what Kennan's least favorite part about the cancellation of this car is? The thing that makes him the saddest? You lose what appears to be a hexagon steering wheel.
Oh, that is so sad.
This thing has a hexagon steering wheel, and Kennan was excited to be turning it.
And those mirrors look like M3 comp mirrors.
No.
E92 M3, don't you think?
They had the thing with the M mirrors since the E9X M3 was that they have two.
Yeah.
They detach it to two,
fine.
not two
Not
stocks.
just
They
one,
attach the car,
fine.
not just one.
All right.
This I can see this. This is on the car. That's not, or this is inside the car. I can kind of see why you think it, but it's the picture. That's not.
I don't know. It's an it's an interesting story because GM went full bore with this. They released the Blazer EV. They released the Equinox EV. Neither are doing particularly well.
They're doing really well. The Equinox EV is selling.
Only if you're looking at sales numbers. I'm looking at subsidies. I'm a profit guy. The sales numbers to me are meaningless unless we're talking about how much the automaker is making money.
We should soon have GM's end of year financials, and we can look at what that look like. But I don't think they're necessarily losing money on everyone.
They're subsidizing the leases on a brand new car that took an enormous amount of development to an unbelievable level.
But development that they've shared across the Honda Prologue, the Blazer EV, and now the Equinox EV. The Equinox EV is selling really well.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, I should say it is leasing really well.
All right, Equinox EV lease deal.
Yeah, no, it's attractive.
169.
No, it's attractive.
169
with like 0 down. It's attractive.
Filippo, of course it's leased. Of course it's selling well.
But it's bringing people into the Chevy brand that otherwise were certainly not going to be there.
That is
which is any people.
This is a $50,000 car that's leasing at $169,000.
Well, it turns out it's actually like a $23,000 car that's leasing.
And you're going to come over here and this is unbelievable. And you're going to come over here and tell me that this car is leasing well?
Well, I suspect they have some residuals that
Here's
might prove
someone
to
on
not be
Reddit
true.
who's claiming they took advantage of a $5,000 rebate and got the monthly lease payment to $65 a month on an Equinox EV 2LT.
They put the money down.
For a $44,000 sticker.
Wow, not bad.
Here's a guy who's saying he did a $2,500 one pay. He's got a 24-month lease.
Oh, what a dream.
These cars are not selling.
Given that it just I'm willing to believe that
Chrysler's making a good decision.
You spat on me.
We'll see where this goes.
You don't think Chrysler's making a good decision?
I think it's rare that Chrysler makes a good decision.
That is true. History has shown that.
The market is not here for these cars.
I don't know if that's true because there are clearly buyers. Not maybe at the price they want, but there are clearly buyers. The Model Y, as we said, which is at the same price point, is one of the best-selling cars in the world. So there is a market for these cars. Tesla is profitable.
Yeah, but how do they compete with that? You're going to buy a Chrysler?
You build a better car.
Let's be
Turns
honest.
out you compete by building a better car, and Chrysler does these people.
No one's been able to do it.
They have bad brand equity to fight against to do that. It's
No one's been able to build a better car. Tesla has the charging network. Tesla,
which is open to other people
the
now.
brand equity.
You
They
should
have
see
everything.
the app. It's got a picture of a car.
Whoa. My goodness.
Imagine Chrysler
got a picture
making
of a
an app
car.
for this thing. It would crash your phone every time you opened it.
There are some concerns about that. I just given the amount of work they put into this and the fact they don't have any other products, and they claim,
dude, there's people out here saying they get a $3,000 one pay. They're paying $124 a month
and
for an Equinox EV.
it seems like a great deal that GM is happy to have them in the door for.
So you think Chrysler's sitting here eager to finish putting this car together so they can release it for $84 a month on a one pay?
Doesn't help my point, but incentives on new chargers are wild.
What are they?
I saw an article recently that had $12,000 just off the bat. The car came out yesterday. Like not including tax credit, just that dealer wanted to get rid of their new chargers so badly or challenged.
Because those cars aren't tax incentive. What's
They
out?
aren't.
I don't even know what's out yet.
One of them. Nobody knows. Nobody's looked.
Nobody's paid much attention to it. New Dodge Charger incentive. Someone is saying, 23 Chargers are way off. I'm sorry. I'm curious to see.
There was an article we found.
The point is, I think Chrysler's making a good decision.